Tao that can be told is not the eternal Tao. The name that can be named is not the eternal name. The Tao is both named and nameless. As nameless, it is the origin of all things. As named, it is the mother of 10,000 things. Ever desireless, one can see the mystery. Ever desiring, one sees only the manifestations. And the mystery itself is the doorway to all understanding. Under heaven, all can see beauty as beauty, only because there is ugliness. All can know good as good, only because there is evil. Being and non-being produce each other. The difficult is born in the easy. Long is defined by short, the high by the low. Before and after go along with each other. So the sage lives openly with apparent duality and paradoxical unity. The sage can act without effort and teach without words, nurturing things without possessing them.
So, what up, YouTube? Yes, yes. This video is entirely dedicated to the sixth chakra. And so, bah, there you have it. The sixth chakra, the chakra of legends, the chakra of legend, the chakra of chakras, the mythical chakra. The chakra that so many stories have been told about. The chakra that is all worth it. The chakra that is your rightful throne, the rightful seat of the soul. The sixth chakra. So I'm going to go and explain this 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 chakra, like talking to the invisible, because this chakra has a lot to do with now the supernatural. Once your sixth chakra open, you acquire abilities such as telepathy, automatic writing, like many more, like psychic abilities. Like you just become a whole nother being, this is like being born again. Like the term even born again is used because the person, once the sixth chakra is kind of like you know it's kind of like they born again and they become this mythical person that is like beyond this world, that is that 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 is well worth the effort of, rising those kundalinis, like training, doing all of those, like all the work like necessary to finally reach that spark of that dot of like ah bliss and ecstasy. So this chakra truly like delivers, it's it's just like the best like once this chakra is like you become you become like a mythical person, someone that is kind of like beyond this world, kind of like ish, but because just only because there are few people with a third lead with a like third eye chakra fully open, like very few people in the planet like you would find. Why is it so hard to find people with an open third eye chakra? Why is it so hard like to find mythical people? Why is it like so hard? Well, mainly it's because of the chakra works. Like, the chakras have two different flows, and most people are accustomed with one chakra flow, like the yang chakra flow, but not the yin, because you have to balance, like, to open the like third eye chakra, you have to have a perfect balance between masculine and feminine energy. You understand? That is very, very hard to do. To be like, this, this between feminine and masculine, it is very, very hard. Like, usually it goes in extremes, like girls who attempt to like be, masculine, feminine, maybe like they go and they become like super like masculine-ish. But it's hard, and for guys it's also hard. So like the failures of like associated with the sixth chakra, I'll say, like, it's like changes of sexes, a guy suddenly like identifying as a girl. Why is that? Because there a mismatch of energies has happened, like, the guy has perhaps is too much aligned with yin energy and has completely like lost control of yang energy. That's one of the possibilities associated with like the sixth third eye chakra. So it is very like hard to balance these feminine masculine energies. And then you have like on the extremes, like girls who only like girls because they have now this like masculine, like, now more masculine than feminine, and they've completely like disconnected. Or you have guys who are not now like all just into guys, like it's kind of weird. But the balance between the feminine and the masculine is very hard, and the sixth chakra is kind of like the fruit of it. So it is considered like the second birth, like the birth of the baby Jesus, like with the magic wand. And now this baby Jesus can do telepathy, can do like weird shit that the normal human being cannot even like comprehend. And this baby Jesus now has all the knowledge suddenly, like he's he's or she is now like enlightened. This baby Jesus coming out of nowhere, this baby Jesus that you used to find ugly and is now just like, blooming with energy, fresh and like radiance and all that shit. So the sixth chakra is hard to balance, but it is well worth the effort. Like, and on the positive side, you have abilities such as telepathic sex, but telepathy, connecting with like planetary bodies, being in tune with like motion, like astrology, having perfect like as astrological like understanding of how like our body's soul interact with the planet, and the stars and all that. It's almost like, once your sixth eye chakra is like pop, it can happen gradually, slowly, but once it kind of like pops, you suddenly have like a downgrade of like, of the planet, of so many stuff. Like you become just like this new person, and like even like childish behavior is also associated. Why childish behavior? Because like it's so fun, like so many new stuff, like you suddenly have these powers, you feel like a kid, you just like yes, yes. now now so it's kind of like weird, it's kind of like weird. But it is also associated with sorcery and witches, because in the past there have been like very kind-hearted souls who've had like these six chakra abilities like running for them, and people have kind of like noticed that, wait, what is this person doing? And since it is like so out of the ordinary, people have kind of like attacked sometimes people with like open third eye. That's why when you see like people with an open third eye, they might not even come and be like publicly open about it, just because of the negativity that some people like, especially like closed one, when they notice a sudden change, like like you knew this person, he was this person, and now suddenly he's this enlightened teacher with like everything. And it kind of like corrupts the whole thing, like it corrupts the whole the whole where you have him thing, like because now like some people may even come and like question the people who the person who has awakened this chakra, like, is this really you? Because but yes, it is really the person, it is really the person, it is really them in their rightful throne, it is really them in their you know rightful throne, in the rightful seat, like the divine child finally sitting on its throne next to the father. So it is like that, like very like deep chakra, like very deep chakra. And I know because I have to like the background, like some peoples who awaken this in like extreme religious like families, kind of like are not like that much, because like they have a different view, like they will be opposers at the beginning, because that energy kind of like contradicts like the whole truth about earth that people knew. And when you have someone like that who suddenly has awakened this chakra, and who suddenly contradicts everything, like everything is now up and down, like kind of like ish, like, but it's not up and down, the person is just talking truths, but the intensity of it, since they're kind of like angelic now, angelic, like an angelic human being, like even like the way the speech is like vibrating on an angelic level right now, but it is kind of like hard to maintain. But once it opens, at first it opens kind of like, and with its full powers, then like depending on the accuracy of like the now third eye user, like these powers can be like very high or very low, or vibrating very strong or not so strong. So that's why now it's like crucial having an understanding and properly balancing them, because what can happen after like one opens this chakra is them actually falling into lost, or like the feeling of being all powerful, all like just this divine kid, the feeling of being divine, and just like because there is still this like earthly aspect to even the divine child, to even baby Jesus. So it's kind of like it's kind of like weird, it's kind of like weird. But once a person like kind of like awakens these chakras, it's kind of like they get a whole understanding of religion, like all coming together. It's like they suddenly have the philosopher's stone, if you get it. Like alchemy is on high with this chakra, alchemy is on high, attraction on high, like. And actually another thing that might happen is that once like this the seal is finally like taken off, and baby Jesus gets to enter the world and feel this joy, oh boy. He's off running everywhere. doing, doing all kind of crazy stuff. So this is like the new birth in Christ, the new birth in Christ. Like it's kind of like impossible, like the new birth in Christ, and the person becomes this archetype of the divine. Like they become all kind of like spiritual in the beginning, because they when it opens, the person will highly vibrate on this chakra mainly. Like they will be like, all the chakras kind of like forgotten for some time, and they become this third eye person, like all the time. And it's kind of like hard to be around this person, because this is the guy with an open third eye, and everyone is kind of like, what is this other girl with an open third eye? And we don't have an open third eye. We don't understand what is going on, what he's talking about, what he's doing, what this telepathy is, what what he's trying to describe, what like these relativities are, what these vibrations are, what the polarities are, what he's trying to explain about astrology, the moon, the stars, all that, like, and what he's trying to say about twin flames, like his soulmate, I don't know, his twin flame. So, and like his soul group and all that is all, it's all new. And I know for like parents, when a child like open this chakra, it's almost as if they become a kid of the world, of like the world, the big world, like this globe. They become a kid of the globe. Now it's like baby Jesus. You can even see in like the thing when baby Jesus says he goes to the church, and he's like talking to these like highly educated priests, talking about like highly evolved stuff, because he just has knowledge. And then his parents come and ask him, what are you doing there? Come here. And he's just like, I'm at home, I'm doing the work of my father. Kind of like that, like the notion of that, like I'm doing the work of what I was sent here to do, like purpose and all that. But also like, kind of like, no, not so seriousness, like goofiness, and of this person now, like who is just like, I'm third eye-ish. I've transcended the mundane. I've transcended the mundane. Now I'm kind of like immortal. Like I can die now, I don't care. I've transcended the mundane. It's this is heaven. This is heaven. Like I'm literally on earth but in heaven. Like I just know now it's over. Like I have it now. I have it now. I get the hang of it now, and it's awesome. It's totally like worth all the work, all the days of meditation, all the days of good eating, all the days of veganism, all the days of fasting, all the days of prayers, all the days of like looking out, balancing myself, like, doing the chakra works, all of that. And now reality becomes more like a play. It becomes more like a play, because why? The soul has kind of like freed itself from suffering, and the weight that kind of like takes us down, because now the soul is vibrating at such a high level that it can like just pierces the veil of darkness, like can like literally just shatters everything that is not authentic. And even if you it's hard like to be, if this person used to be like, the one who kind of like says here and there, but they will be authoritative, like be kind of like on this high, like talking like someone on a throne, literally on a throne, a king or a queen, like literally talking like with these like high honors, high speech. Because when it opens, it can also happen that the person can like, goes a bit like, who, I'm Jesus, powerful, and then they can like become this they can like forget all about what like earth was. Like it's almost as if they've never been on earth. And they come from these other beings, because there is also the concept of other beings, like, the birth happening, like the soul birthing anew, and not like not being like because previously, you can see this separation to like previously like the soul was mainly like it had its origin with its family, but now it has its origin not with its family. Like the soul is completely like kind of like detached from family and all that is family matter. It's almost like this Jesus thing has taken over, and the soul has become kind of like holy, and is completely detached from all that, and is very like geared towards the affairs of this world, towards spirituality and the divine, because this, but it's also the previous work of the fifth chakra, the burning of karma, the burning of all that was not authentic, all that was kind of like acquired through like like lineage or whatever, not like all that is like literally burned, and the soul now takes up this like mission and becomes like sovereign, sovereign, and the 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 one in charge. The soul says no, all these like political manipulation and all that, like the soul just kind of like goes no, and the soul has just the power over like all of it. So the feeling of actual power, the feeling of actual power, and then kind of like telepathy, these abilities, like magic, but mainly telepathic abilities, and like being able connected with the other realm, not just like many think the other realm is the realm of the dead, but it is mainly the angelic spiritual realm. I don't think even if the dead are connected to this realm, that the soul actually ascends to. But why is this even like a thing? Like because there is like this thing, like when a person connects into the spiritual world, people think, well, he's connected, he's talking to like dead spirits. It can also happen, but mainly it is the message that the spirit of a deceased had like encoded within spirit before they departed. So it can never be a message that after the deceased has left like its body, like come here, because those souls goes to a higher plane that is far beyond the reach of like this common like world. But as for that, one now understand like the spiritual reality is just the physical reality extended. So what are those energies? Those energies are our higher selves, our higher selves, us in our rightful thrones, because there are such things as rightful thrones. We can like stars, burning stars. Like, when you are here on earth, your lifespan here on earth, you're not just a small human being. You this great like bolt of light. You literally are a star, and you have like star origins, and all that like kind of like comes together when this the veil finally like is unveiled, when when the Excalibur is finally lifted, and then the consciousness kind of like sees clearly. Like it is grand, it is grand. Now it is not an eye that will like pop on your forehead, no. that's 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 not an eye. It's not an eye that will pop on your forehead, but it has associations with the forehead, mainly because when it awakens, like the forehead, like you can even notice like some agitation, but even light, like feeling like heat on the forehead, and kind of like angelic-ish in speech, like very innocent when this person speaks. When it opens, like when you listen to this person, you kind of just, whoa, is this like you just listen like very innocent. But as now I should go, as this progresses, because the person, when this awakens, the person still has to like regulate their physicality. Even if the soul has like opened this chakra, they still have to regulate their physicality. And that's what how like the journey home comes again, and the person can like realize, oh, I still have to shower, oh, I still have because while the soul has transcended, the soul has all this knowledge, but the soul is still like has still this body. Yeah, you know baby, Jesus was kind of like lucky. He transcended as a diseased soul, like, and he could just like completely go in the ethereal. But as you open the third eye, you're still in the physical. And this is when, like, the return can like home can like happens, and then the person kind of like is like ish, okay, okay, but I still am divine. But how do I explain this now? A divine being, like, I'm divine, but I'm still am like earthly. I'm still am earthly. I'm still am made of this. But I can still feel my like angelic radiance. So this is now the dichotomy that happens between like the divine and the physical. It's kind of like is a paradox, a comedy, that the soul is divine but cannot quite fully ascend to the divine because it is still physical. But when the birthing happens, it is a huge, huge thing, huge thing, one to celebrate. Like, it is so huge, but the person is just on polymo, like on high. But that's kind of like when the energy is kind of like tones down a bit. It tones down, it tones down, and the person kind of like starts to regulate this. But what happens is that they might mess up with, like, how they regulate their chakras because of the intensity of it. They're so joyous, and they perhaps might now think, wait, now I'm divine. I don't need to pray. I don't need to meditate. I don't need to. I don't need to like. I don't need to do all those stuff. Like, now like pranayama, all those shit. I have it. I have it now. Now I'm baby Jesus. I don't need to do all those shit. And it's just like, okay, now it's good. Now it's good. Like, I don't have to do all the meditation and all that, because it is amazed by the radiance of this vibrancy. It is amazed by the radiance of this vibrancy. And then, in now as I can like kind of take it kind of forward, now as the person can like realize that the spiritual reality is the physical, but we all have telepathic abilities. Now I could kind of like explain, like, let us say we all have telepathic abilities, but if you have your eyes, like your third eye open, it's just like you open to receive like telepathic conversations, because someone out there is kind of like talking to the higher self, just quiet, like, but those messages are lifted up, are lifted up into the collective thoughts. So now, when you awaken you this third eye, you tap into the collective mind. The collective mind, what is the collective mind? The collective mind is where all, like, you know thoughts, memories that we do in the collective, that the human, like, this human like experience has like, there, it's there in the collective mind. And this soul can kind of like, telepathically, like, take the messages, transcend, like, the interpret, and like do all those shit with the collective mind, which is what we kind of like do, but now it's on a higher frequency. It's even telepathic. Like, when the sixth chakra is open, like when the seal is finally like and the person suddenly transcends the mundane, transcends the physicality, like the literal notion of, like, alone, alone, being alone, the feeling of being alone is completely shattered, because this person can never experience alone again, because now the soul has kind of like, is connected with the all. The soul is connected with the all, so alone is destroyed, because the person is now telepathic, like, they always have, like, someone to talk to them, they always have a friend to talk to them, they always have a parent to tutor them, they always have an elder to like show them the way, like, all they have to do is just tap in and say, kind of like if you watch those animes, Avatar, they just have to sit, they don't even have to sit, they just have to say, I'm the Avatar, like, tell me what this is, like, just talk like that, and the voice answers in them, in the spirit answers and gives them the knowledge they need, and they can go. So the third eye chakra, despite being highly spiritual and Jesus and all that, it is also like very high and good for learning. Once this dot that you have, bam, suddenly like pucks, learning becomes fun. Like, learning, the joy of learning, learning is at a faster pace, like, because the mind is so strong, so information comes in and goes very rapid, like fast processing, like fast communication, mainly because of like telepathy, like doing all that, and even like speaking loud and clear, getting one's message across because of telepathy, like words, all that, like very very high, very very high. But the pitfalls, now we're going into the pitfalls when this kind of like burst open, is that you might completely forget to do your meditation, like you perhaps all day doing telepathy, just like, connecting with the collective mind. It's like having this web, and you all day in this. This is like when humanity first got the internet, where like computers became like first popular. People were sitting in like their house all day just watching this thing called the internet. So but more like in the third eye, like, it's kind of like that, the interconnectedness. And this is when like Einstein and those scientists kind of like very much, you resonate like very high, like with these scientists. Like Einstein told us about the theory of relativity, everything is interconnected. And even all those stuff, and like, if previously the energy within was like fire, now it's like real current, like real electricity, like it's electric. The energy now in the body is electric, it's electric. Like telepathy and all of that, like the fire has ascended to another level. Like, when someone feels a little bit of fire, they feel like this is fire, this is nice, like I feel fire, I feel all motivated. But now this is like fire that transcends like all that you've like previously like felt, like it's awesome. And then adding on with like the third eyes, like, sensitivity, and like abilities to feel such as emotions of others, and all that can also hurt like the practitioner, because of despite being divine, this is the dichotomy of it, or like the tragedy of it. Despite being divine, you still are physical. So the suffering of others is also a big theme. This is now like the hero complex. Like, I've gone through this journey, I've awakened, I've so like freed myself, but what about the others? it, the heroes complex is now here, like the heroes complex is now here. But this is one also, like, understanding that we all divine, that we all have this inside of us, and this is not the right of any one or single like being who can say like I'm the only Christ here on earth. No, it is the birthright of everyone on the planet to have this enlightenment and these like experiences. It is the birthright of everyone, and even if everyone like can like has this, it's just better, because this means humanity can progress on to the like the next level, you know, towards like towards like the collective earth, and then like building towards the stars and like other galaxies and all that, and being just this highly vibrant like race. But it has also a theme to do with intelligence, because when this dove opens, you get like, you know, your emotional, if you can like measure emotional IQ, it's on such a high level, but you can like dumb too, because like emotional IQ, like psychology, all that, you understand all the aspect of being human, of being human, of being vulnerable, of being only human, but also being all powerful at the same time. So it's kind of like a hard tragedy, but this is also when like someone who kind of like has this and experiences and then sees this like the cruelty, even like you know, uh sees the world around, like the pain can be also felt to an extreme, that the person with these abilities can like feels like, no, I don't want to live anymore, like because of the pain that we feel in the collective, like, you know, the soul then sees like, why is this reality still like this? Like, even if one of us ascends, why is this reality still like this? But the trick is, we all participants in this, like we all signed our names to create this reality, so we all still building it together. Like, even if we awaken, even if we transcend planes, even if we enter new dimensions, we still building this reality together, and it's always together. But there is also an aspect of like anger, nervousness towards being physical, towards being mortal, towards like this, and wanting to like completely transcend, because the soul can like, when it enters this stage, it feels in its rightful throne, like divine. This is the me that I am, the real me, and I don't want to be like just a simple human being. I just want to transcend altogether onto the next plane, and just like, but in this, as this whole happens, also like the acceptance of death happens, because now the person kind of like wants all of this and all of that, but it's kind of like tricky, but because mainly because like we want to be all angelic and not human, like we don't want to be these creatures who makes errors, who are not like, you know, who are not like who are not perfect. So because when you reach there, you reach perfection, and you actually realize, this is me, I am perfect now, I am an angel now, that this is how it should be. Why isn't it like this? Why isn't the world like this? So it is a huge trauma that happens, but also a huge awakening and a huge like download of knowledge. So after this happens, grounding is very important. Being grounded, you know. But of course, one should celebrate. Like, take the time to celebrate. Like, it is a huge deal to finally, like, you know, sit on your rightful throne and be there next to all like all that is like you, like next to the Father if you're Christian, next to the Almighty, tapped into Source if you're an energist, like next to the Buddhahood if you like a Buddhist. Like this experience is grand, is grand. Now we should then take this like the sixth chakra, like I think I'm going to cut this now because it's already 40 minutes and this video can start lagging. So I'm going to cut this here and perhaps like just just but it is a grand adventure. Like this is when you like reach like you reach like your reward. Like when they say like having the now, like because it takes effort work to raise that energy all the way that here. It takes effort, and balancing the masculine and feminine is so hard. Like you can like mess up and like become like all like very like set in these like all like sexual like identification. I'm this, I'm this, I'm this, I'm this, I'm this, I'm this, I'm sexually this. But the soul should always maintain the focus of raising its vibration and not falling in the trap of sexuality, because sexuality is a team, not falling in the trap of sexuality, but raising its vibration so that it can be its authentic self. It's a huge thing. It's a huge thing, like the burning of karmas, the ascension, the birthing anew, like all those things. Like it's real empowerment. It's real empowerment. Like to feel this, it's real empowerment. Like it's real empowerment, and it's very real, and it's kind of like gives you the experience of a lifetime. Like even teams associated with people who've like opened this third eye chakra, it's the people who will tell you like, I don't care about becoming this or that or this or that or that or that or this, because they've already like reached the peak of humanity, and they're just like, okay, I thought I wanted to do this to be like the best me, to be like this. Even they just want to like transcend onto the next plane and be this angel and not be human again. So this is kind of like when the soul realizes, damn, it's so good up there. Like I just don't want this at all. I don't want this anymore. But at the same time, since it is enjoying all of this in the now and all of this like in here, and since like all the demands that took here, I think the person still can handle like this. But it is a huge thing. It is a huge thing. It is a huge thing to actually crack the code. Crack the code. It is such a huge thing, such a huge thing, such a huge thing. Like I remember myself when this happened. Like I just wanted to be all up there. Like nothing more to do with the human realm. Like I'm just like, damn, like god screwed us from the beginning. Like I hate this. If because if you like very much with connected with God, I was just like, God screwed us from the beginning. Like this, I hate this. I want to be this being all the time. But the thing is, now the truth about this chakra, we are gods on earth. We are gods on earth, meaning we signed up for this reality together. Like, you know, doing this together, doing the daily grind together, being human, and actually enjoying the human experience. Like we did this like together, and it is a tragedy. It is a tragedy, but it is such an empowering experience, such an empowering experience. Avalon 78 Strong Spirit Online Casino. Sign up today. It is very very powerful. It is very very powerful and a huge 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 deal. So with that, I'll do this. If you watch Naruto, it's all in your forehead.